Welcome to day 25, masculine and feminine polarities. So first and foremost, I want to name that this is for all genders and that the masculine energies and the feminine energies, you can replace it with other names if you have a preference, like alpha and omega. For the terms of that I'm going to be using today is going to be masculine and feminine. But what I mean by that is that everything is a duality, and every single person, regardless of your gender, and even if you're non-binary, we have these beautiful polarities, this duality within us. And what's really beautiful is that when they harmonize and they come as one, that is who we truly are. And the way I also see it too, especially if you are familiar with like the chakras and the yogic lineage, as well as like Buddhism and Hinduism, we know that when we align with our chakras, there are the polarities, and it's like the energetics of both the masculine and the feminine, and they make a helix. And as we're rising up, this is our pillar. This is where we connect energetically as one, and we are connected with all. In regards to how this shows up in our day-to-day lives, what's beautiful is that the masculine energy is a very it's like an action oriented. It makes the things happen. It's like the boundaries of a river. A river cannot flow without the boundaries and the banks. And the feminine energy is like the flow. It's the water in the river. It's the deeper emotional, it's the intuitive. And what's so beautiful, and why I'm talking about this today, is that we have the ability to work with and explore our inner polarities. So in my deck, the Self-Love and Inner Unity Oracle deck, a lot of the cards are actually about this. It's about exploring our inner polarities. It's about exploring our masculine and feminine nature. And it's about understanding that we can flow and we can work with each polarity and realize that we are one. And also we can bring this into our daily, into the practical of in what ways we could utilize one or the other, and when one is needed or when we need more balance, if we're ever feeling like we're out of balance. And if you are a female with a menstrual cycle watching this, what's really beautiful too is even our menstrual cycles, we have and we experience these energies. In the 4 weeks of our cycle, the 28 days, the first 2 weeks are, well, we have like the menstrual cycle, right? And then that's a feminine. And then we have 2 weeks where we have like the follicular, and that's the more external. And then we have the luteal, and that's the external, and that's the, ovulation. So follicular and ovulation, and that's like our external energies going outward. That's a beautiful time where we can be really productive and make goals and act on those goals and have clear focus and get things done. And then what's beautiful is the luteal and then the menstrual are the more inward times to turn inwards. That's the more feminine aspects. And if you want to learn more specifically about that and dive even deeper, my womb wisdom course would be awesome for you. I think you would love that, because that's literally what we talk about. We talk about the seasons, the cycles, and how to cycle sync so that you can have sustainable energy. I didn't mean to drop that in here, but hey, that's what we're talking about right now. So, but what's really beautiful is that like in your, even just in this Unleash Your Creative, what we did in the very beginning, when we set our intentions, and then on day 4, we started to set aside time and make those dates for ourselves. That is our masculine side. That's creating the structures, creating the boundaries for our feminine to be able to flow and to be able to show up and to just be able to already have that structure there. And so part of the reflection and the invitation for today is to notice in what ways would you like to explore and also maybe find more balance in your creative process. Would having more structure be serving for you in order for that to be already laid out? Do you have action items or some things that you need to get done first before you can actually really tap back into your creative, feminine, inner, emotional process? Or is your feminine just like, hey, oh my gosh, I need more care, I need more time, I need to be in my feels, and I need to experience some rest. And so what's really beautiful about this is we can start to explore our masculine and feminine energies and which ways that we can serve and show up for ourselves in these other ways. So just take a moment right now to reflect on just even today, or even over the past month. You're on day 25. We have 5 more days of this challenge, which is so cool. How has this month been going for you? In what ways could having more of that masculine energy to set up the structure and planning and or having some boundaries or getting some actions taken care of would have served you more? And maybe in what ways would did you have a creative flow? Did you have time for yourself to be able to be in play or relaxation, or did you tap into some creativity? How was your sessions? Just taking some time to reflect on that, and also taking a moment to see how would you like the last few days here in this 30 days as we're winding down. How this is a great time to also check in with your original intention for this journey. So, for example, if you were somebody that wanted to show up every single day in this challenge, maybe you didn't show up every single day, but maybe taking a moment to first off congratulate yourself, even if you did 1 day, 2 days, 3 days of a creative session. That is phenomenal. Maybe your masculine really showed up for you and helped you get through, setting up the logistics for you. But yet you need a little bit more time to be able to be in that creative flow. So take a moment, reflect. That's today's invitation. And there's also a few more questions around checking in with what's your masculine energy like? What's your feminine like? What do you tend to lean more into? What do you find to be harder to either do or to allow yourself to be in? If flow is a difficult thing. And what are little nuances in your practice or in how your polarities can show up for one another? Something that I've done is actually taking time to internalize and even envision what would my masculine self be like and what would my feminine self be like. And sometimes I like to have them talk to one another. I hold space for the other. If one feels unheard or not respected or I need to take more care of my body, or I have some big emotions, it's a really beautiful way to be able to tap into my own inner polarities. And from that space, when I feel nourished, when I feel taken care of, and when I feel connected with this deeper part of myself, I can experience something really sweet where this goes into my painting, this goes into my creative sessions, this goes into and fuels my work. I hope this made sense. It wasn't too esoteric. But that's for today. I'll drop the questions below, and I'll see you tomorrow.